I'm Tracy Townsend. We begin 10 TV News at noon today with breaking news. Columbus police are saying the suspect in that deadly mass shooting at a warehouse in New Albany is now in custody. In the last 2 hours, police say they found Bruce Reginald Foster III near Wineland Park on the corner of 7th Avenue and High Street. That's 23 miles from the mass shooting scene in New Albany off of State Route 161 and Beach Road. 10 TV has crews in both locations. This afternoon, our team coverage will begin, and it's continuing for the past 13 hours. Bruce Foster is charged with aggravated murder for the shooting at KDC 1 in New Albany, where at this time, we know one person was killed, 5 other people were injured. We have team coverage for you from both of those scenes and New Albany Police Headquarters, where Foster will be booked. We're going to get right out to Bryn Caswell first. Bryn talked with a witness to that arrest near Wineland Park. Bryn, what can you tell us?
Hi, Tracy. So this is still very much an active scene here on 7th Avenue. BCI just showing up to the apartment complex here on 7th just minutes ago. We saw them carrying boxes and cameras and gloves into this scene. I just spoke with BCI. I just spoke with an agent, and he tells me they have obtained a search warrant and they are actively searching and processing one of the apartment units inside of this complex. Now, about a few hours ago, I did speak with an employee who works down the street from this apartment complex. This is the photo he took of the suspect, Mr. Foster, being apprehended. You can see there were ambulances there. Columbus police officers, the U.S. Marshals were there as well. And this is what he had to say about everything he saw happening.
I just wish to see something like reformed or redone, definitely with our situation, like with our officials. I feel like we just need to talk more as a community and get together and do something about it.
A lot of shock being felt here. I was speaking with multiple people as they were coming and going from this apartment complex this morning, and a lot of them were OSU students, and they were scared that this violent person was hiding inside of one of these units. And when I was speaking minutes ago with another BCI officer, I asked him if he could confirm to me that if this was where Mr. Foster lived, or if he was hiding here inside of this apartment complex with a family member or a friend, and they could not confirm that for me at this time. But again, a lot of people that live here in this area, they are shocked that Mr. Foster was apprehended right outside here. But as we are going to continue to stay out here, BCI is still on scene. Columbus police are here as well. And again, like I said, they have a search warrant and they're actively searching an apartment unit here on 7th Ave. So, Tracy, that's all we know for right now. We're going to send things back to you.
All right. Thank you for those interesting details there. Now, as mentioned, the suspect was arrested just before 10:30. We also have a crew out in New Albany at the police headquarters, where we have been told Bruce Foster is going to be booked. 10 TV News reporter Tara Jabor is there with the latest, again from New Albany. Tara.
Tracy, that's right. We're here at the New Albany Police Department. Now, over the last hour, we've seen a number of police cars come in here and leave. About half an hour ago, we did see a large truck come in through this garage that you're seeing on the left-hand side. The truck had all blacked out windows and they backed into that garage. I did reach out to the communications team here at New Albany to see if Foster is already here, and I'm waiting for a response now. We know that Foster, of course, worked at that KDC 1 warehouse where the shooting happened. Police say that he worked a few hours of his shift and then the shooting happened, and then Foster left the warehouse. Now, as for the motive, police say they are still working to figure out what exactly that motive was. We know that one person is dead and that 5 others are injured. Again, we're here at the New Albany Police Department waiting for Foster to come here. We'll, of course, keep you updated when we have more information. Tracy?
All right, Tara Jabor in New Albany. We also have Lacey Crisp out there where this all started, that KDC 1 warehouse off 161. Lacey, what's the scene there? I mean, we're more than 12 hours later. What's the scene now?
That's right, Tracy. For about 12 hours, this facility was completely surrounded by dozens of police cruisers from many different agencies. Now, I got word just before 10:30 this morning that the suspect, Foster, had been taken into custody. Within about 10 minutes of that news, most of the police cruisers that were at this warehouse left. Now, I can tell you, if you take a look now, there isn't much of a scene here as we speak, but they still have the road closed. The facility is supposed to be closed for the day. Now, the New Albany police chief told us that Foster does work here. He had worked for several hours before the shooting took place. And police are still trying to find a motive. And SWAT teams from Columbus Police and Licking County Sheriff's Office searched a few different locations last night trying to find Foster. New Albany, of course, is a growing community, but the chief says his heart really goes out to his community.
It's been a long night, but I'll tell you, it's not me. It's the particularly having to break the news to a family member of the family that lost somebody last night, and to the staff who I'm sure is traumatized, and to all the police and fire staff that have been out here all night working on this. So, but they're doing a great job, and they're truly professionals.
And BCI is helping in this investigation. They were inside collecting evidence. Police did find a gun at the scene of the shooting. Now, the ATF will take that gun and they will trace that gun. They'll try to find out where it was purchased and if it's been used in any other crimes. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
All right, Lacey, thank you for that. We want to check in now with Carla Rogner. Carla, you've been covering this for hours as well at Mount Carmel East Hospital, where victims were taken. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Tracy, there are 5 victims being treated at the trauma center at this hospital, but police have not been able to share any update on how serious their conditions are or how they're doing this morning. But we did receive some 911 calls that were made from that warehouse last night that gives us an idea of some of their injuries. Now, we are going to play some of those for you in just a moment and want to warn you that they may be distressing. We do know that, like the shooter, each of the victims were employees at KDC-1. When police got inside the warehouse, they found 6 people had been shot. 1 victim died at the scene. One of those 911 calls is actually from a victim who tells the dispatcher he was able to get the gun away from the shooter but was shot in the neck. He asked for help to hurry up. We're not sharing that one because it is too disturbing to listen to. But in another call, someone says their colleague had been shot in the right shoulder. Take a listen to some of those calls now.
Can I get police to KDC on Smith Mill Road? Somebody has a gun inside the plant. Nobody is here. I'm locked inside and my body is just shot on the floor. He's down on the floor.
Okay, is he breathing?
Yeah, now we've had crews at the hospital all morning, and we were actually able to speak with some of the family members of the victims as they were arriving here after hearing their loved ones had been shot. As you can imagine, very emotional. They were very shaken up and scared as they were going in. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet out here this morning. We're still waiting for some information from the hospital and police to hear how those victims are doing. We'll bring that information to you as we get it. Reporting live at Mount Carmel East, Carla Rogner, 10 TV News.
Okay, Carla, thank you. Certainly emotional sound that we've heard from those calls. Thank you so much.